Hey bro, thank you for your questions about Moshkil. It's too bad you were not here. We would have loved to have you as well, but maybe next time. Anyways, so this year's edition was real good. It was even better than we expected because we had a lot of people. We had even maybe too many people because the venue's capacity at Bultek is, maybe around 250 people max or 300 people. But well, first of all, this is the first time that Bultek actually, well, we decided together to put the tickets on sale before the show because we knew that we were going to have a lot of people. So we did that, and we knew it was not going to be sold out before the day of the show, but we had to do it because for security matters and for organizational matters. So that's why. And so yeah, we ended up selling 370 tickets officially. So that's when the show was sold out, before the show started, a few hours before, and people couldn't get in anymore because there was no room left for anybody else. But they tried to make we tried to make other people get in, so we started selling more tickets with with tickets from other shows actually, because there were no official Mushkill tickets anymore. And I think they subbed are at 400 and something, and there were still maybe 100 people out there who didn't get the chance to get in and to attend the show, for which we are very, very, very sorry, because we did not accept it to be this big actually. And again, sorry to those who could not get in. We promise we will organize another show very, very, very soon, and we will play another show in Casablanca very soon. So yeah, that's for starters. So yeah, that alone proves that metal is doing fucking awesome, is doing better than ever in Morocco. And I'd like to point out that maybe people should stop talking about some golden era, some past golden era of metal in Morocco, because the Moroccan metal scene was never actually this good. We have great bands, and we have a lot of we have more people coming to the shows, more than they ever were. So this is, I guess, the revolution of the Moroccan metal scene, in my opinion. It's getting better and better. So yeah. Then sound wise, I think the show was good. We had good feedback concerning that. I can't talk much about it because I was not at the crowd, or in the crowd. Obviously, I was playing the show, and I was backstage, and I was having fun with the other bands. And so yeah, the only sound we hear is the sound on stage, not the sound that the crowd actually hears. So yeah, but I guess we had a good feedback around that. We brought our own amps. Sufyan from Hold the Breath brought his amp. I brought mine. So we had good tube amps, and we had good, a good setup for bass, a good preamp, a compression. The drums were we had cymbals from our drummer, and Abdullah from Torpedo, and Khalid from Hold the Breath. So I think it was, gear wise, it was great. And on top of that, we had Netman and Selmia from Bultek doing an amazing job, like he always does. I'm a big, big, big fan of his work, and I think he's just monstruously underrated as a sound engineer in Morocco. He's awesome. He is right at the top for me. And if I had the choice, I would work with him every time. So yeah, big up to it, man, because he's been helping a lot of people since a lot of time now, and he's a great guy. And I can't say enough good things about that man. I appreciate him a lot. And anyways, so I think from the sound perspective and the audience, I think the show was real good. Torpedo played amazingly well. They're getting better and better. They're having recordings set to be released very soon. They had a killer show again. They were with us in the second edition, which was last year, and they were here with us again. It's my brother's band, and we're having a fucking good time every time we play together. So yeah, I think I'll have him at every mosh kill, and fuck everybody who doesn't agree with that. Anyways, we had this time around we have the Hold the Breath again. Just to mix up things a bit with the genres that were featured on the show. We had basically two heavy, thrashy bands in Thrillogy and Torpedo, so we wanted something different. So yeah, metalcore band, a great metalcore band. They're awesome. They played very, very, very well at Tremplin Boulevard last year. I really think that they deserve a prize there. So, anyways, they were great, and they're extremely good friends of mine. So yeah, it was a real awesome time having them around, and sharing the stage again with them. So yeah, I think from all those perspectives, the show went real good, and we had a real good time again. The energy we shared with the crowd, the response from the crowd was amazing. It's getting better and better, and so we're only looking forward to better things concerning metal in Morocco. And speaking of which, Mushkil is, it was the third edition, and well, you say it's starting to look like a festival. I think we shouldn't start talking about that yet. It's still a single show that started 3 years ago, and I'm not planning to sub that. It's gonna be there next year again, and it'll continue to grow. The festival vision does exist. I do think about that, but for now I can't say much about it because you know for a lot of reasons, and the very obvious one would be the means, because as you know it's not easy to organize shows, so and it's a lot harder to organize festivals, especially when you're not a professional, booking agent or something like that. You're just a musician trying to play, an amateur musician, because that's what we are. We're amateurs. We're not professionals. We're not semi-professionals. We're not anything like that. We're just musicians who like to do what they do, and we try to make the best out of it. So yeah, we organize our own shows. We have our own individual different schedules. Some of us are students, some of us have day work, some of us have night work. We work crazy hours, and it's very difficult for us to maintain the balance between our individual separate lives and the band. But on top of that, we have to manage our own bands. We have to organize our own shows. We have to put a lot of effort into it, and still people will not be satisfied and will say that metal is not good enough in Morocco. Well, because I mean, it could be a lot better, true, but it's making a lot of progress, and we're making huge efforts into trying to make it develop and grow bigger and bigger and bigger. So maybe with the ever growing crowd that comes to each show, I think that we're on the right path. I think that we just need to have more people coming to the shows, etc. And I think that's the and we have to have more active bands. We do have bands in Morocco. We do have great musicians, but not all of them work their asses off to put shows together and invite their friends and try to make as many shows as possible per year. Because at best you end up playing 7 or 8 shows per year, and that's nothing. That's for anybody who would know that in Europe or something, he would think that's a dying scene. Well, it is getting better because we used to play 2 3 shows per year. Now we try to make it 8 or 10, but we need to keep working our asses off, and we need more support from the crowd and from Moroccan metalheads, because being a metalhead is not just about sitting in your room and listening to metal. Maybe it can work for you, but if you want to see Moroccan metal getting bigger, and I think that the metal spirit itself defines itself with supporting your local scene and your local metal bands, and going to every show and buying their merch. And we had speaking of which, we had Moshkill merch for the first time. We thought about making merch for the show instead of for the band separately, because maybe that would help the Moroccan metalhead who would want to support the bands and the bands themselves, because we would sell a T-shirt featuring the show itself and the 3 bands, instead of having separate merch for each band. So I think this formula worked pretty cool. We sold about more than 50 T-shirts now. We still have a good amount of them, and maybe we'll even print more T-shirts because they were great quality and people actually liked them. So yeah, buy the shirts. Contact either Thrillogy, Hold the Breath, Torpedo, or Madden, because they're helping with that, and they've been helping they helped with the show. They helped with everything related to the organization of the show, to the to filming the show, to putting everything together, the T-shirts. And yeah, they were really there for us, in every aspect concerning Moshkill, and concerning a lot of other stuff actually. A lot of the shows that were organized in the past few years. So yeah, support those guys. Support Sufyan Artwood. Support what's his name again? Oh yeah, support Hardaza, and support the guy with the mask. I don't remember the rabbit mask. He's just hilarious. I love the way he talks and his analysis and everything about metal, and everything he says about metal and rock metal. He's a funny guy. He has great videos. He doesn't have many views for now on YouTube, but subscribe to that guy also, and support him. Share his stuff. He's fucking awesome. I think his name is Sir Critic. Sir Critic. So yeah, big up to him again. Anyways, so yeah, to summarize that again, I do have the vision of, well, the possibility of transforming or making a festival named Moshkil. But that's gonna take time. That's gonna take years from now, because it's growing, and it needs to go through a lot of steps. We can't just pass you know, bypass those, all those steps and go all the way through to the festival thing. It needs to grow step by step, and I think we'll get there. We'll get there. We just have to be patient and keep working on it. And yeah, I think we're on the right path, and we just need more support. And I'm looking forward to a whole lot better Moroccan metal scene in the future, maybe 4 or 5 years. So yeah, I think that would be it. So thank you very much again, Sofiane. Your help is your work is helping us a lot. So keep doing what you're doing. Support Sofiane, everybody. Share his stuff, share his videos. If you're interested in Moroccan metal, and if you want to make Moroccan metal better and you're really invested into that, well, you should definitely subscribe to all of those guys' channels, and you should come to every show around, support the bands, buy their merch, buy their CDs if they're planning to, because we are planning to. So buy your stuff, and we'll see you very soon, I guess. Take care, everybody, and keep supporting fucking metal.